Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia, and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia, and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia, and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia, and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's have this conversation going. Good morning, everybody. Wakey, wakey. It's time for Morning Glory. My name is MC Kalia, and I'll be your captain for the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. Let's
Good evening to you. My name is MC Kalia, the host of the Morning Glory Show. Of course, today coming in the evening. You'd remember that we had a little bit of technical hitches in the morning, and we promised to deliver something in the evening. And so, as we promised, here it is. And we hope that you've had a very beautiful day. Of course, I'm used to asking you if you had a wonderful night. So just flipping it and asking you if you had a beautiful evening. This is the Morning Glory Show coming in the evening. It is the most comprehensive talk show in Kenya today, and we're speaking about tech. Of course, this is in focus to the International Women's Day coming in tomorrow. Of course, if there are any ladies on the broadcast, happy International Women's Day. Alafu kama pia kuna wanaume, I would encourage you to at least wish someone or some people or women you love a happy International Women's Day. Of course, I'll be sharing a few facts about the International Women's Day. But then before we go there, allow me to remind you that we are coming live from Day Afrique Photography. Day Afrique Photography is a photography studio situated at the Zan Mall building in Eldoret. That is the basement of the Zan Mall building in Eldoret. And anytime you need wonderful memories, then consider working with the Day Afrique Photography. You would remember that actually in this region, between March, April, then also August, September, maybe October and December, October to December, we usually have a lot of ceremonies. And if you need well-documented memories, then consider working with the Day Afrique Photography. Without much ado, allow me to introduce my guests. Of course, with me are two wonderful ladies. These are ladies or women in tech. And the theme for this year's International Women's Day is DigitALL, and not the digital you used to. It is a digi, then with a capital A-L-L, that is A-double-L, just meaning that we are all digital. Further extended, they say it is technology and innovation for gender equity. What does that mean? We'll be debunking that in a few minutes, but then before we go there, with me on set is a beautiful lady called Vicky. Vicky, say hi to our viewers and do a better introduction of yourself.
Hi, my name is Victoria Chirotich Mutai. I am a software developer at Ascent Compliance. I started software development back in 2017. I work with young women who want to join STEM courses, high school girls who want to transit into STEM courses, and also college students who want to know more about programming, Python specifically, and I am happy to be here today.
Good evening. My name is Rosa Koth, and I'm a support engineer at Storyblock, and it's a pleasure being part of you and being part of here today. And basically what I do front-end development and technical writing. Those are the key things that I love doing, and I love also being part of developer communities and speaking so that women can be able to join tech. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for the beautiful introduction of yourselves. And of course, these are women in tech, and of course, Kenya, among many other countries in the sub-Saharan Africa, still struggle with getting women to join the STEM courses. And my first question would be to you, Vicky. What was your motivation to join a field that looked, I'm sure at that time, like it was a men's only affair?
The only one of the reasons that I wanted to do information technology was I wanted to learn more about what happens beyond just the basic websites. At that time, it was Facebook. I was on Facebook back in 2009, and I wanted to know what happens just beyond the beautiful page, and that's what led me into information technology.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Also, same question, of course. It is I would say STEM courses are, okay, I would say up to now, we're still convincing women to join it, or it still looks like it is a men-only affair. What was your motivation, Rosalinda?
Okay, for me, I can say while I was at the university, we were supposed to develop a project that is able to solve real-world problems. So that's when I developed an interest in technology, since I could develop a website, an Android application that is able to solve real-world problems in the society. And I saw that as a big change for me, and being part of the solution that the world is looking for. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that. If you're just joining us, this is the Morning Glory Show, of course, coming in the evening because we couldn't bring it to you in the morning. But then now we're joined by our two guests, that is Rosalinda and Vicky, to discuss women and technology. And that is in connection and in focus to the theme of this year's Women International Day, which is DigitALL. We're saying that we want to use innovation and technology for gender equity. Of course, before we even go there, I want to get your experiences. Rose, let's still get your experience about technology, how you joined in there. What has been the experience like for you?
Okay, for me, I can begin while I was at the university, while I developed an Android application that is able to solve real-world problem, and that enabled me to venture more into technology and be able to learn coding languages that are required. So then I ventured into web development since I was given a scholarship by Facebook Developer Circle, and it was a nice experience for me since I was provided a mentor from India who was able to guide me throughout the web development, and it was for 1 year in 2020, and I can say that sparked my interest in technology, and ever since then I went for an internship at Kenya Revenue Authority, where I joined the iTax department, and I was part of the team that was able to resolve taxpayers' issues that are there, and I was seeing that as a big impact, that I'm able to fix taxpayers, be it an individual or a non-individuals, which are companies that are filing taxes, and they can be able to file it at ease. And that enabled me to also learn more about SQL, and ever since then I joined an international company, and I can say it has been good since I've been working from home, and also technology is such a good thing, and since I'm working from home, I can also be able to do other things that I love, like writing technical articles about the things I'm learning, and also being a mentor and teaching ladies who are interested in front-end development. So I can say my interest started at the university, and ever since it has been a journey for me, and I love the journey, and I can say women who are interested, there's no reason to fear that this is a men's field, but whatever you put your mind into, it will surely come into a success.
Okay, thank you so much. And back to you, Vicky. I would still ask you the question about your experience. And do you think that innovation and technology can be used to strike gender equity?
First of all, my journey, I'm going to speak as an adult. I was lucky to get a women funding to join Moringa School, one of the best coding school here in Kenya. It was a women scholarship to study software development at Moringa School. After I went in, we were around 100 students, and funny enough, we were almost 30 or 40 ladies, which meant that most of us, as much as it was a women-only scholarship, most of us did not really apply for it. And even towards the end, we were able to graduate, just a few of us. But that is one of the challenges that we women are facing. We don't want to step into the spaces that we are supposed to take. So as I continued after Moringa School, I was able to get a job as developer, and I have been working as a developer since then, learning while still working and doing other things. And I believe that using technology, we are able to solve the gender balance. A very good example is currently we are able to work remotely. Most companies allow us to work remotely, and for women, most of the time we want to say that we are unable to work because of our family responsibilities and other reasons. But with remote working, which is an advantage of technology, we are able to work from home. That means more women in the office, more women at the workplaces.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Of course, we have people joining us all over the country, and would just like to sample some of the good comments coming in. And one of those that has really caught my eye is a comment by Faith Jerop. She says, "This is nice. Women on the best, following live from Kapsabet. More love and light unto us. Happy International Women's Day. Of course, if you're in the broadcast, of course, tag some lady and wish them a happy International Women's Day. There is a Plactonics Electros Edge. Okay, that's a complicated name. I'll still have to take it. Plactonics Electrostica. Electric solar, Platonic electric solar. Okay, I think that's a company or a page saying great one. Thank you so much. I can see a lot of FC saying they're tuned in. Of course, I'll be sampling more and more comments as we go. Remember that this is the Morning Glory show. Of course, it's not peculiar that we come in the evening, but then we couldn't bring you the broadcast in the morning, and we decided lazima ahadi ya deni ni kulipa. And so with me are two wonderful ladies, that is Rose, Linda, and Vicky. But then as we continue to also talk to each other, I would just also love to remind you that you need to dress to be addressed. And if you need to dress to be addressed, consider walking to D-Square fashion house. But then if you also need to learn to dress people to be addressed, and then walk into D-Square School of Fashion and Tailoring, or School of Fashion Design and Tailoring. At D-Square School of Fashion Design and Tailoring, you learn from the best. Just remember that the school is actually just adjacent to the fashion house. That means that immediately you finish class, you have an opportunity of learning from the men and women who've already done this for a very long time. Continuing with the conversation, of course, Vicky and Rosalinda are women in tech. That is what they actually love calling themselves. Vicky, now there is a cliche that I love throwing to all the women in tech, because it is actually what when you're in campus, you just get this a lot, that women in tech are imposters. What do you think about that attitude? During such a time where we're talking about theme for International Women's Day being innovation to actually foster gender equity.
So women in tech are imposters, but then you realize these women who you're talking about, the women in tech, are the same women who have very good portfolios. We actually are trying to beat that narrative by coming up, stepping into our spaces, building very good portfolios, doing very good work, learning after learning. As we all know, technology requires us to keep learning and learning. So in order to oppose that motion, we're not going to just use words. We are just going to show you what we have been doing, our portfolios, our projects. And we are also going to show up in the world and do things that cannot be changed. A very good example, as you say, women are imposters, but remember, programming was started by a woman, Ada Lovelace, who started programming, and we are all following in the same path.
Okay. Thank you so much. Quite you need to also try being a wakili. Quite a good defense there. And to you, Rosalinda, what are some of these barriers and hindrances that affect the woman as they move towards STEM courses or even just technology?
Okay, so I think for women, the other barrier that is there, they lack a voice. Yeah, so most of the time women shy away from expressing their ideas. Let's say they are in a meeting and the boss is asking about some of the innovative ideas. So women tend to be silent during those meetings, and they have the ideas, but they are fearing to express them. So I think women should know and should have a voice and be able to know that they can still be able to express their ideas, and they should not just let men speak during the meetings, because they are also important and they are also part of the conversation. And also another thing women need to do, they need to be continuously learning. Especially in the technology field, you have to keep on learning so that you can be abreast with the current trends that are there. So I think, so if you continue learning, it will enable you to have that pride in yourself and to know that you can do it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. You can actually do it. Just need to pass the voice. Rosalinda there telling the women. And have you ever, this goes to both of you, I'll start with Vicky, found yourself in a place where as a woman you lost a job or a gig just because you are a lady in tech?
It happens a lot of times. First of all, there's that the question that most people ask: are you sure you're going to do this? Do you, for example, I have a child. Are you sure you have time to really do this, or I can look for someone else? Or they think that you're not good enough even after you have given them your portfolio. So happens all the time, but over and over we keep proving that we can do it beyond what other people think by building our portfolios and learning.
Okay, and to you, Rose, of course, I'll still ask if you ever found yourself in such a situation. And in addition to that, I sat in a forum today where women agreed that society I would say overvets them for a similar job that a man needs to do. Would you say that that also exists in technology, whereby the vetting for the woman is kind of strict and more inquisitive?
Yes, I can agree to that, since there's a saying I've heard that women need to work twice as much as men so that they can be heard, so that they can be seen in the industry, in the tech industry. And mostly you find those people, they doubt your skills. They doubt if you can be able to do that, if you can be able to be a developer most of the times. But for me, I can say that that needs to change, because women, we've proven ourselves more and more times that we are capable of doing just as much as the men can do, and we are unstoppable, I can say that, yeah.
You are unstoppable. Yes. Of course, you can do that. We are coming live from Day Africa Photography. Somebody needs to pangia sherehe ya April. Please, if there is a sherehe that is coming up in April, remember that the documentation needs to be done by Day Africa Photography. What we usually tell people is that we give you a nice experience in front of the camera. And the two ladies on set can confirm that actually they are getting some nice experience in front of the camera. So if you just want to be all smiles during your event, then consider working with Day Africa Photography. We have the best rates, but then at the end of it all, also delivering quality work. This morning we weren't able to bring you the morning glory, and so we brought it this evening. So this remains the Morning Glory Expert Tuesday. And with me in studio are two wonderful ladies who both right at the center of the arena of technology. We have Rosalinda and Vicky. They are saying that, yes, women can, actually technology can be used to strike gender equity. I'll still come back to you, Vicky. What are some of these barriers that, in your experience, limit the woman's strike at technology, or even, as you call it, STEM courses?
First thing, the first thing, just as Rose said, you have to work twice as hard. Not doing the work twice. Actually, you have to first prove yourself, then you have to put in the work. So that is working twice as hard. And then also, one thing, if you're told something, your brain learns it over and over. So another issue, that a big barrier that most women face is the imposter syndrome, because people already believe you are an imposter. So you have to just get out of that thought so that you can be able to even actually put in the work. So as a woman in tech, I have been able to handle imposter syndrome by standing in the gap, speaking for myself in places that I'm really uncomfortable, showing my skills. If I'm not able to talk about it, I can show the work that I have done and things like that.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And as we continue, what are some of the highlights in your career? And as you also mentioned the highlights, tell us why it was so much of a highlight for you. What is that one thing that you remember about your career and it keeps you going?
Something that I remember all the time, I was among the 10 Kenyan ladies who went to Ghana for the first Women in Machine Learning conference back in December 2019. It's a highlight because it was kind of a launch to my career. I was able to open up to the other parts of the world because I was just a developer here in Eldoret, Kenya. But after that conference, I started working with other people from outside Kenya, outside Africa.
Okay, thank you so much. Rosalinda, take us through some of the highlights in your career.
Okay, for me, I can say one of the highlights in my career when I did an internship at DigitALL, where I was developing a website for a lady who had a business and she wanted her business to be online. And it's good that she's using the website, and I can say it's good I did something that is beneficial to the society. And also another highlight is getting a chance to work remotely with people all over the world. That has exposed me to a lot, and I've gotten a lot of learning opportunities, and also a lot of you get to learn about different cultures from people who work from abroad, and it's quite a nice experience. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And you've mentioned something severally, and so I have to come back to you. You've both mentioned this, having projects that solve real problems. Okay, what does that mean to you?
Okay, for me, what that means to me is being able to make a product that users can be able to use in their day-to-day life, that kind of make their lives much easier and kind of smoothen their work. Like let's say, for example, a website. When you make a website online, you enable your clients to be able to reach out, to be able to learn more about your business, and also to be able to get the services they require. So that also enable you to like expand your brand and also to reach more users, not just locally, but all over the world. Yeah.
Okay, and this being coming just before the International Women's Day, Vicky, you're a lady. How different do you do your, I would say, development? Now being a woman, does it mean that at some point, and would you say that at some point you develop softwares or whatever content you're developing, having in mind that women also exist?
Yes, everything. I not only consider women, I consider everybody, because at the end of the day, our users are not, for example, even if you're building an application for people who are going through GBV, gender-based violence, my mind is not only on the women. We are building application softwares for every gender, for everyone. The people who are disabled, they are able, if they are able to open our website or our mobile application, they'll be able to even listen to it. Making things as accessible as possible to every user is an essential part of it. As much as you're solving the problem, you want it to be also accessible to anyone. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And Rose, take us to the opportunities that are available for women in technological world.
Okay, so I can say there are a lot of opportunities that are available for women online, like the learning opportunities. First of all, I can say the Andela Learning Community. It's a community of developers that is able to share resources and materials and opportunities that anyone can be able to take part of. And I can say I'm a beneficiary of Andela Learning Community. That's where I got a gig to do the website for an entrepreneur at Eldo Hub. And also I've been able to get more learning resources from Andela Learning Community, be it cybersecurity, be it software development. And also I can say, also another thing where you can be able to get opportunities is by, especially if you are interested in software development, cybersecurity, you can be able to join a developer community that is near you. if you are in Eldoret, if you are in Nairobi, if you are in Kakamega, there are so many developer communities that are there, and they begin at the university level, and also there are some where you can be able to meet professionals, and also if you are a university student, you can be able to interact with professionals. And I can say when you attend these developer communities, you can also be able to get referral to job opportunities by interacting with people who attend those developer communities. So those are some of the opportunities that I can say as ladies we can be able to access. Yeah.
Okay. Chesir there saying empowering women, great work following from Mbale, Vihiga County. Thank you so much for making time to be with us. I also see Wilbur Terrant, of course, inside the studio, quite tuned in, I would say, 2 ways. Then we can see a comment by one, of course, it's trying to run away as usual, but then I'll still get it for you. Magda Janet saying, watching from Thika, keep going. Vicky Toms, okay. She says congratulations to Rose and Vicky. Esther Jemtai says tuned in from Eldoret. Go ladies, keep up with the good spirit. Of course, if you tuned in for the first time, remember to work or click, or rather just hit the like button or the notification button, so that the next time we go live, you get an opportunity to watch. Also, consider, or rather, you can also share these with your friends, so that at least they're able to benefit from the enormous knowledge being shared, knowledge and views being shared by the two wonderful guests we have today. Back to you, Vicky. Talking about opportunities, of course, for people, for women generally, those both in tech and those who are not in tech, what opportunities are there for, I would say, everyone, and most especially women in technology?
I'd want to say, first of all, online marketing. That's one of the most simple ways of marketing yourself. Online versus social media marketing. I'm thinking of a woman who sells, say, curtains in the house. You don't have customers. You can take very good photos of your curtains, post it on Facebook, share to more people, pay for advertisements. That's just online marketing. You're marketing your product to the outside world. And then also you can start upskilling yourself, get other skills that, for example, academic writing or technical writing, where you write articles or anything for people who are going to pay you to just get knowledge or also assistance on their different projects.
Okay. Thank you so much. That means opportunities are available, of course, for everyone, both for women who are already in tech and women who are maybe not there. Rose, let's look at the future of tech for women. Where do you see women maybe in the next few years?
Okay, so for me, I see more women joining leadership, being part of, being able to voice their own opinions, and being able to share, and also being able to talk to the ladies, especially at secondary level, at university level, and telling them that it is possible, and if they made it to there, then they can also make it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now let's talk about using technology to solve some of these challenges that we face. Kenya is currently one of those countries where I would say there's very little data being collected and all that. Let's talk about the issue of 2/3 gender rule. I was in a forum today where actually somebody said that when there are men somewhere talking or people somewhere talking, then there's a woman, the men will speak, then they're like, oh, wapi gender? Okay, gender iko wapi? So that means that it is actually more of you people filling in the gap rather than just being there for yourselves. Vicky, how do we use technology to sort out such issues?
The first thing definitely is learning. The only way to be able to speak where a group of people are and to show your expertise is after you have learned. As women, most of the time we are just covered with a lot of other chores that we are supposed to do. but if we can be able to learn, keep learning, upscale yourself, enroll for courses. For example, Absa Bank is offering women in business course where women can just join and learn different things. So we can take advantage of such opportunities to learn so that we can be as good as the other gender when it comes to these opportunities. And then another thing I would want to say is speaking up for ourselves. I know a number of times we don't want to share our successes, we don't want to share the good things that are happening to our sides, to our careers, because maybe we think that we're not good enough. So speaking and making people know what you're doing. If you're so good at, technology, if you're so good in your business, talk about it, let the world know it. I may not appreciate it, but 10 other people will appreciate it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. And now, as we move towards the tail part of this particular interview, let's talk about this, Rosalinda. What are you doing as women? In fact, I've seen more than 2 comments here asking, what are you two doing in your capacity as women in technology to make sure that we have more girls getting into this particular field?
Okay, for me, I'm part of the women developer community here in Eldoret, which is Women Tech Makers. And what we do there, we are able to share opportunities and resources to women, especially those at the university level, and also those who are currently working. And I can say I also am able to speak about technical writing as a speaker at those events and be able to tell the university students who are interested that they can also learn technical writing and they can also make money while they are at the university. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Vicky, somebody is asking, what are you doing for the other smaller Vickies coming up?
So I mentor young girls who are in high school specifically to come into tech courses, into STEM courses. Back, I think a year ago, I was partnering with an organization, Rural Women Peace Link, where we had a program called Wezesha Dada, which we were using technology for high school girls in Elgeyo Marakwet, Uasin Gishu County and Nandi County to embrace technology and to use technology to solve their problems. Some of the issues that we were able to look at was poverty and rape cases. Those are some of the major issues that we're able to look at. We are still working on the project, and this is just a pipeline to ensure that these girls know that using technology they can be able to solve their problems.
Okay, and before we exit the stage, just on the flip side, this may not touch directly on technology, but then there is the issue of GBV, and every time we mention issues to do with women, then GBV comes up. Of course, the other day or of late, we've had people saying actually that this affects both women and men, but then statistics still show that this goes greatly and largely against the woman. Rosalinda, in your own opinion, how can we make sure that, first of all, we destroy the spirit of GBV amongst our communities?
Okay, so when we are talking about GBV, we have online GBV where when women put their content out there, let's say they're talking about their product or talking about something that they're interested in, they get attacked online, and this kind of make them lower their self-esteem. And a lady might say that, oh, since I was attacked while expressing my opinion online, then I might not be able to post any of my content online. But for me, I can say we need to stop this, and one thing that can be done, there can be some organizations or there can be a system where women can be able to report such incidences and prevent such things from happening, so that women are free to express their own opinions. And also, when beginning sharing your content, there will be people who will talk. That's normal. People will always talk, and some people might also attack you at some point. But for me, I can say that women, we need to be strong and we need to be unstoppable. Even if you are attacked online, we need to have a strong spirit and say that this is not going to bring us down, because there are always going to be people who are always going to try to dim your light down and make you feel like you are not worthy to be able to voice your opinion. But as ladies, we need to have a strong mentality, and we need to know that we can be able to say what we want, and we can be able to share our content online. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Vicky.
I think the first thing, we should stop gender shaming. For example, this happens when you go and share with someone whatever happened to you, and the first question they'd ask you, wewe ulifanya nini? What was your problem? Ama ulimwongelesha vibaya? That's very wrong. When victims come to us to ask for help, the first thing we should do is don't gender shame them. Listen to them, give them solutions, but say no to gender shaming, or things like, what were you dressing? Where were you at if you were raped? Why did you do that? Why were you working at night? We need to make the world a safe space. All of us, men and women, we should come together to make sure that this world is a safe space, so that a woman can feel comfortable to just walk at night without feeling so insecure that there's someone who's going to attack her. So we just have to come together and make the world a safe place.
Come together and make the world a safe place. This is the Morning Glory show coming in unusually in the evening because we couldn't bring it to you in the morning. And nonetheless, thank you so much for joining us this evening. And we are coming live from DAWI Afrique Photography, situated in Eldoret, Zan Mall Basement A. Just reminding you that the next time you need those nice photos, consider working with DAWI Afrique Photography. The next time you need nice photos, I mean both photo and video production, then DAWI Afrique is the best place to be at. Coming to the tail part of this particular interview, Rosalinda, what would be your parting shot?
Okay. For me, I can say that women, we need to have a voice, and we need to put ourselves out there. We need to voice our opinions, and even when we are in a meeting, we don't need to shy away from expressing our ideas just because there are men there. Our ideas also matters, and we matter.
Our ideas matter, and we also matter. Vicky, your parting shot.
As a mentor, I am sure a lot of parents are here listening. One thing I'd say, support your kids in whatever they want to pursue. It may not be the doctor, lawyer, engineer roles that they want to pursue, but support them, be there for them, and ensure they get to where they want to be. And also, when you're in an advantaged position, make sure to support other women to get to where you are.
Make sure to support other women to where you are. Thank you so much, ladies, for making time to be on the Morning Glory show. Of course, let me take this opportunity to also wish you a happy International Women's Day. And I hope that we continue to make things better for everyone, and continue to make the world bearable for both men and women. In extension, also allow me to also wish all the women watching a happy International Women's Day. If you're there watching, if nobody wishes you, just remember the host of the Morning Glory show said everyone should have a happy International Women's Day. And if you're a man, of course, you've heard what they've said. And I think the world is enough for all of us. So let's make the world beautiful for everyone. Let's make existence bearable. As we come to the end of this particular broadcast, I would just love to remind you that this is the Morning Glory show. It is the most comprehensive talk show in Kenya. My name is Kalia, the host.